Hips tick tock when I dance. On that demon time, she might start her OnlyFans. Big V and that V stands for Vance. If you want to see some real ass, baby, here's your chance. I said left cheek, right cheek, throw it back and swing. Texas all in this thing, all up on this thing. Gang, 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 gang. Hi, you guys. Welcome. I was like hoping. I was like, yo, last time I had 40 people in the room. What's good? What's up? How come nobody's here? Like, what happened? But 40 people came through. 40 people's here chilling. I see my moderator Shy in the building. Laura, what's up? Welcome to the Insecure Season 4 dissection. I want to thank you guys for being here. I'm hoping we have a tech problem-free stream. I changed my phone. I upgraded all apps. I did everything I had to do to make sure we have a clean night tonight. How y'all doing? Thank you guys. I went for like a little natural beat, some hair together. I'm hella excited. Last night was such an emotional and real and relatable episode. I can't wait to get into the details and dissect with you guys. If you guys are new to this stream, this channel, this review series, I'm gonna put y'all on game, okay? I don't review. At least when it comes to Insecure, I don't review. I specifically use the word dissect because what you're going to get here is something you're not going to find on anybody else's season recaps. You're not going to find it. I'm sorry. I'm bringing my passion and love and knowledge for film and screenwriting into the room so you guys get a further understanding of all of the visual and storytelling elements that crafts what we thought we had seen on TV. Okay, so that means, what does the room look like? What does the fashion mean? What does the dialogue mean? How are they spaced? How are the characters spaced around each other in a section, in a room, in a scene? What does giving something mean versus rejecting that thing? There's so many elements that help tell the story of Insecure, and that just shows the strength, the knowledge, and the iconicism of everyone who has their hands on that project, and of course the woman I stan, Issa Rae, the one I hope to emulate in a career of my own one day. So that's what you're going to be getting here. This is deeper than normal. This is why my videos are long form. We're going to be here for a good, what we do usually, y'all, an hour. We usually do an hour. Senegal. Oh my gosh, we have an international audience tonight. I'm so excited. I'm hella excited. I do want to start thanking my patrons. My patrons have been doubling by the week. Like, I can't even say how grateful I am that so many people are becoming patrons. The first and most special gift is the fact that we get a private stream on Sundays. They get an extra hour to spend with me on Sundays, and we go down the week's hot topics. We had such a good conversation yesterday. We talked about booty badass and what that means for black male masculinity. We had our final thoughts on last episode's showing of Issa and Molly's friendship, and it was very interactive. I got to hear you guys got to hear me. And I also broke down my feelings on Tiana Taylor's music career and why an icon and a legion like her is still hitting mid levels, because she should be way past that. But I don't have those kind of conversations here. We talk about TV here, we talk about one other topic here, but on Sundays we go all in and we go ham. So to my new patrons, hi and thank you to Jordan, Kenya, Momi, Afteen, Taylor, who upped her pledge from a $2 to a $5 tier to be able to access the private Sunday streams. Thank you so much, Taylor. Jordan, oh, did I say Jordan already? I did say Jordan, but there are so many new patrons, and I'm so happy. Celeste was a new one. Ruth, Ariel, Dawnetta, Adriana. I thank you guys for becoming patrons. I'm so excited to spend more time with you than usual. And our Sunday streams are very private, intimate room. So I see each and every person, and I address each and every one of you personally on the stream, because that's just kind of the vibe that we've cultivated. You know what I mean? If you guys are also not following me yet on social media, where you at? Where are you at? I am on Twitter at JustLatasha404, and I am on Instagram at JustLatasha. Shout out to the JustLatasha handle on Twitter. She hasn't been on since 2012, and we about to buck up for the account. Run that account, ma'am. Okay? But I don't mind JustLatasha 404. 404 meant something special to me, so I don't mind that it's the tag. I am going in tonight with a cocktail that I made. But I see you all here. I thank you for being here. Hi, Kalevna. Hi, Kimberly. What up, Mac? What up, other F word? Let's jump into episode 6, Insecure. Low-key done. I'm moving on, moving on, moving on. You know, I already did that because there was an episode called Moving On, but fuck it. When you sing Maya, you gotta go nasal or go home. That's just the bottom line. Okay, let's go. Insecure, season 4, episode 6, low-key done. Here we are, guys. Y'all know I'ma say it. You know I'ma say it. I'm a what? I'm a slut. I'm a hoe. I'm a freak. For an opening shot, bitch. I sure am. I sure am. And we open up with Issa literally spiraling. That very first opening shot where she's in bed, staring at the ceiling, and the camera's just going round and around and around, and we just going down the drain. We are going down the drain with Issa. She is literally spiraling. Not only did she just win her big day just the day before with this event, this huge block party that was a hit, her headline that she needed showed up. Everything went cool. People were happy. But she can't stop thinking about this fight between she and Molly. She doesn't have a moment's rest in her mind to celebrate and be proud because she is hyper-focused. And I could spiral. I'm good for a spiral. She is hyper-focused on this problem that she had. And it's the first and only thought of her day. This is how she starts off her morning. And specifically in this fight, what she's focused on, hi CJ, I see you. What specifically she's focused on in this fight is the fact that Molly called her a user. And she's been called a liar, she's been called selfish, she's been called a hoe, but she's never been called a user, and she really gets stuck on that. The song that opens, the first line of the song that plays with that is something about the flame. And if you guys notice, while she's laying in bed, we open to a wide shot, so we're blocked by all these lines and walls, and we're really disconnected from who Issa is as a person. When we go wide like that, when we're far away from our character, we really are not being allowed to see their truth, what they have to say, what they're personally feeling, that real raw emotion. We're creating a disconnect between the audience and our character. So while that song about the flame is playing, there's a photo in the background, and it's kind of hanging right over her head. And you have these two black hands who are, one hand is holding something while the other is setting it ablaze. Did y'all see that photo? Okay. Yeah. So not only will something be destroyed, but specifically, Issa will destroy something she's been holding on to. Don't miss it, okay? Don't miss it. I thought that was incredible juxtaposition of visual, song use, and just this overlay between set design and what the character is going through. These creators have really thought down to the T, and it's so fun for me to dive into this film like that. So I also want to pay attention to her room and how everything is built around here. There are so many different textures and colors, but a ton of lines. A ton of lines. Thank y'all. I see y'all going up for the look. Thank y'all so much. A lot of her furniture is mixed with different colors, textures, and mediums. It's a mix of like hard and soft, and we're really being blocked from Issa with all these stripes and lines and cages almost, right? So I saw like the little gold coffee table she does have by her bed, and it looks like this beautiful like gold cage, really wired up, locked in. She's engulfed in all of these like striped sheets, almost like she's almost in prison. She's made a prison of herself. She's locked in. But there are touches of softness. She has this beautiful fluffy pink pillow behind her. It's just like this one dash, this one spot of this pillow. So it shows that she really still has a soft spot somewhere, right? She wants to be hardened. She wants to be guarded. She feels locked in, but she still has a soft spot for something. We're not quite decided on which way she's going to go with her emotions. So let's move this along. She's checking her voicemails. Did you guys notice that Kelly's last name is Prenny? And if you're following me on Twitter, JustLatasha404, I tweeted this last night right after the show. And I tagged the showrunner, Insecure showrunner, Prentice Penny. And Kelly Prenny is a combination of Prentice Prenny. The showrunner, he writes for the show. He directs some episodes. And he's kind of running the after sip, you know, the digital recap of the show, what we just seen for the audience. So I thought those were really cool. They always have like these nods to their writers and to their creators. Grapple, I think that's your name, Grapple 2080. Thank you so much for that cash donation. That was really sweet, very kind of you. So I thought that was very cute. Let's run down who she got voicemails from. Thank you, Stay Fly. That's so nice. Thank you. The first voicemail she has is from her mom, which she doesn't even check, right? The wind down. Thank you. The second voicemail is from Ahmad, who is like, yo, I'm so proud of you. Giving her that sense of pride. You should be happy for yourself. You should be celebrating. And when he starts to talk about mom, like, look, she's calling me. She's wondering why she wasn't invited. Issa turns it off. We're not even dealing with it. We're not even looking at it. Then she has her intern, Koya. I had to stop and look at this girl's name. I was like, what is it? So many vowels. Q's be throwing me off all the damn time. Koya. Like a Koya pond. So Koya is up and going. I swear for God, as a creator, if I had an intern like Koya, I would be fucking set. Okay, Koya's outside. She got all her papers and her folders, and she's been following up. She's just filling in Issa on the work that's already done. She get in the car, about to go and work on something else, and she's catching up Issa on all the work that there is still to do. And the thing here that really triggered me, Sequoia, the thing here that really triggered me was the fact that Koya was like, look, these vendors still owe us payments, and I'm tracking them down. As a creator, you have to chase these checks. I don't know what it is about these companies, these brands, these businesses. They don't pay on time. Why do I have to call and email and sick a dog on you to make you give me the check that I am owed? It's net 30, baby. And let's talk about net 30. Net 30 is a problem anyway. Like, baby, what are we doing? So, but Koya's on it. She's like, look, I'm on top of it. This is the tea. This is what we got to catch up on, and that's it. And Koya's outside working while Issa's still in bed. Issa's the boss. I'm just saying, I wish it could be me, okay? I wish it could be me. Things are up and running without my oversight. The people that are working with me and beside me got it. They on top of it, and they filling me on the work that they've done and that they're waiting on to be done. Creator's dream. A creator's fucking dream. Next voicemail from Kelly, who is with the baby. She's with Tiffany's baby. And such an incredible way to say something without saying nothing at all. We saw Kelly in Tiffany's house with her child, and we didn't see Tiffany at all throughout the entire episode. And I know here we've been speaking about whether or not she's battling postpartum. And we've seen her comments about, I don't like her, but I love her. We've seen her really need that exhale away from the family and the house. Okay? Kelly's in the house. Yes, Kelly's in the house. Kelly's with the baby. And we never in this episode see Tiffany. I think that is such a powerful message without saying anything at all. I will be here for you. Go upstairs. Go to sleep. I got it covered. And Kelly's constantly downstairs in the kitchen. She's with it, right? That was so beautiful and powerful. And all Kelly was doing physically was calling Issa and be like, you okay? But she's in the house doing her part for her other friend. I thought that was absolutely incredible. That was beautiful. And then she hangs up. She's going about her day without ever checking on her mom's voicemail. That's just it. That is absolutely just it. So Issa's moved on, okay? Where else do I want to go with this? So Issa, I think this proves that this sets the tone for how avoidant she is. There's work to be done. Are you going to talk to Molly? How come you ain't invite your mama, and how come you didn't answer her voicemail? There's stuff pending, but right now, she just lays back down. We'll deal with it later, right? And to be honest, sometimes that's just me. I don't know if I'm being like undisciplined. I don't know if I'm being lazy. I don't know if I'm overworked and overwhelmed and stressed, but sometimes, baby, lay back down. Okay, lay back down. And the very last shot before we open the show is Issa upside down. Her world is upside down. There's absolutely no symmetry, no structure. She's just covered in mess. Powerful. All right, let's talk to the Mirror Bitch. Now, Mirror Bitch held some weight in this episode, and I don't know if it was caught. Mirror Bitch had a lot to say, and she was actually an emotional and conscious anchor to Issa D, the reality Issa. And we're going to break down, because usually what happens in film and in series, whenever you see a character in front of a mirror, and sometimes, you know, directors really like to get fancy and do like 3 mirrors, 4 mirrors, or do a shot where it looks like an illusion. Whenever there's a mirror, whenever there's a mirror with a character, this is a split in consciousness. This is a split in personality. This is something of a differentiation in their identity. So the fact that Mirror Bitch wasn't just a comedic release in this episode, she was very much with Issa along the entire journey of her day. We're having a did I make that word up? We're having a striking division between Issa D in reality and her conscious peeking out and being like, actually, but again, Issa's being avoidant. So let's talk to Mirror Bitch for a second, okay? First thing Mirror Bitch says. Thank you, Crispy No, and that's right. Give me a thumbs up in this video before we continue. Give that thumbs up. One of the first lines out of Mirror Bitch's mouth is, "You fucked up." And what does real Issa do? No, I didn't. Yes, y'all saw that? Okay? We have a split in consciousness. We have a split in personality and what we felt had happened. Mirror Bitch said the first thing, "You fucked up." Issa said, "No, I didn't." Right? Let's get back to that avoidant tone that the show has said already. Along this little back and forth comedic dialogue, Mirror Bitch says, "She's wrong too." Now, I've been seeing a lot of, this is why I don't like to tune into other people's thoughts on Twitter, like right after the show. I like to be in my own world and craft my own opinions. I started to see a stream of the timeline saying Issa is wrong for nothing. She don't owe nobody an apology, and she should not call first. However, y'all know I never felt like that. However, what Mirror Bitch said, she's wrong not 1, not 3. She's wrong 2. You fucked up. She's wrong too, as in as well. Don't miss it. I don't like to brag and say I was right, but you know, you know, I don't like to brag. But this is just calling. Mirror Bitch is calling. You know, her subconscious is calling for her to take accountability and do what's necessary. Face it. Let's take accountability. But instead, we're going to do Self-Care Sunday, a solo Self-Care Sunday. Reality, Issa D is not having it. We're not calling. We're not addressing it. I'm not speaking to her. We're just going to go dive into the things that feel good. And as human beings, we do that all the time. When something is stressing you out, when something needs your attention and needs your eye on it, I'm going to go do this over here. And I'm good for it, baby. I played The Sims 4 for days, and it'd be like, you should be writing that script. I'm actually just going to play right here. You should be pitching that script. I'm actually going to play Sims 4. You should be talking to your sister because y'all didn't end that conversation very nicely. I'm actually just going to play my game. Sims 4 is my deflection game all day, and I know it. I'm very real about it. I know it. Sims 4 be letting me waste my own time. Okay? I see y'all. I wouldn't have called Molly either. Listen, Crispy No said, if Molly bucked up on you, child. I didn't say who should have called 2. What my only point was, 2 are wrong. And a lot of the opinions from last episode into now is that Issa did absolutely nothing. And that is so far from the truth. That's my only point. Who's going to call who? That's out of my hands. It wouldn't have been me. Ooh, Corinicia. I hope I said that right. Corinicia Morgan. She said, I wouldn't call either. I wouldn't call. I see y'all. I wouldn't call. But accountability does need to be taken. And that's where I want to be with it. This right there. All right. So Nathan's creeping back. Second half of the season, Nathan's creeping back. And let me tell you, he is... if y'all seen the last episode of my dissection series, I'm rooting for Nathan. I don't know why, but I am. I'm rooting for Nathan. I think he messed up. I think he ghosted. I think he had a hard time. It wasn't right the way he left, but we could work something out, can't we? We can work something out. I love the little kid, the baby black kid in the chair, so ecstatic about his haircut, their haircut, and their blue hair. That blue hair was so good. Whoever colored it did a good, wow, it was striking. It was beautiful. So here's something that interesting that happens to me. Here's something that is interesting that I noticed. Nathan said he has been working so hard that he forgot his own birthday. However, just like Amal for Issa, he reminds Issa to celebrate this moment, be proud, take it in. And up until this point, she still has not felt like she won something. She's still boggled down with the stresses of her life. She's still boggled down with this Molly situation. She has still not taken a moment to be like, I did that. That was fire. I'm that girl. Like I'm in somewhere else. We have not seen her have that proud moment. So this is the second time she's being reminded to feel good about it. Take a moment to feel good about it. But she still doesn't do it. I really want to pay attention to Nathan being so busy he forgot her own birthday, because how can he offer Issa help but too busy to help himself? And I'm looking down. My laptop is here. I can see your comments more clearly down here. Yeah, I don't want Lawrence back. I see you. I don't want Issa and Nathan to come back romantically, but he provides perspective and grounding for Issa. That's a great comment. Great comment. Please don't turn me into a meme. How can he be so busy that he forgot himself, but available enough to help Issa? Come on, see? Let somebody said it. A bar T, distract himself from his own issues, which is exactly what Issa is doing on this solo self-care Sunday. And I even wrote it here in my notes. Is this a trauma bond? I don't think it's extensive enough to call it a trauma, but misery loves company. And I really hate the term, you attract what you are. I don't agree with the way that's phrased. What I would say is you engage with what you are. You open space for what you are, because the fact is, when you're that bitch, you're going to attract everything. But when you know who you are and you know your value and you know the things that you will and will not do because you understand your boundaries very clearly, the trash you say no to and the good stuff you say yes to. So when Nathan is so busy that he forgets himself and offers to be used by Issa, they're naturally sitting in the same nest, doing the same thing. I will wound myself to make myself available to somebody else. I'm moving ahead of myself. I'm actually going to slow back a little bit because I'm going to unravel all of that in just a second. Give me some time. Issa is concerned with this entire day about Molly's words hitting in her head so loud, you are a user. So she poses a question to Nathan saying, I don't want you to think I use you. So there's something interesting here, because I'm about to go somewhere, y'all. Y'all gonna love this. I didn't want you to think I used you. This is an egotistical line, and I'll tell you why. It's more important for Issa to prove Molly wrong than it is for her to be honest with herself. The gag is, in this episode, Mirror Bitch is the reality and Issa D is the mirror. Solo Self-Care Sunday is all about fronting on what she needs to pay attention to emotionally, the things that are calling and tugging at her heart. She's running from it today. Now, as I said, you engage with what you are. Misery loves company. Let's flip that question. Can we say the same for Molly? Here we go. For Molly, it's more important for her to be in a relationship in order to prove Issa wrong than it is for her to be in the right relationship. Tell me if I've gone too far. Stop me. Somebody stop me. Tell me if I've gone too far. Oh, like attracts like. Oh, like attracts like. Oh, these people. Like attract. I see y'all going off. I see y'all. Like attracts like. I ain't want to do it to them. So we have these two relationships who are both not attending to the needs that are calling them and spending time in distractions. Issa might be Nathan's distraction. Self-Care Sunday might be Issa's distraction. Andrew might be Molly's distraction, but they all need to say, what's going on in here? What's happening? So then they can maneuver the life the way it's supposed to be maneuvered and worked out. We moving on. We on a time schedule, okay? We on a time schedule. Kimberly, I ain't worried about no damn Andrew's distraction. He can't even open up. He didn't even tell his own girlfriend that he helped Issa. What the fuck do Andrew want? Let's move on to the grocery store. Let's move on to the grocery store and that pregnant lady just asking somebody to help her out. Issa said that this was actually stemmed from a very real experience she's had back in the day, years ago. But the pregnant woman was a scammer and Issa never offered to help. So the reality of what that was inspired by was really funny. And here we go. Mirror Bitch pops up again. And the first thing she says, don't do that. Don't say that. Don't do that. First thing Mirror Bitch says is no. And what does Issa do? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it, okay? Issa right now is on the road to redemption, but the gag is she's unable to help. Baby, you cannot give air when you cannot breathe. You cannot pour a drink from an empty cup. You have nothing to give, so nothing can be used. I'm sorry. Okay? Nothing can be used. And I remember the critique a few weeks back when Molly and Issa were shopping together and things were really starting to get funky. And people were saying, well, why didn't Molly buy Issa's groceries? Or Issa knows that Molly ain't going to buy her groceries. First of all, I don't think that's an appropriate responsibility on any friend. Ain't nobody gonna buy your damn food for you. We're both adults. If I am a lawyer and you are a Best Buy girlfriend, we just have two different tax brackets and that'll be it. I ain't gonna ask my friends if they get a pair of Louboutins for themselves to go ahead and get me one, throw an extra one in the cart. Absolutely not. I ain't out of the Louboutin tax bracket yet. We just gonna have to deal and move on. I would never expect somebody to be sitting there buying your avocados for you. That was okay. But right now, this shows that this redemption arc, this proved to not be a user, as Molly accused her to be, is not about anything but her ego and her own pride, when it should be about her self-reflection and growth. Unfortunately, this is a prideful act to reach out and extend and help somebody. It's all about Issa still. And Molly also called her another thing. She called it selfish. I'm going to let her hold on to that. I'm going to let y'all hold on to that. I'm going to let y'all hold on to that. I'm sorry, Simi. Shout out to my girl, Simi Moonlight. I did an Instagram live with her last night talking about this. I'm sorry. She's the Best Buy girlfriend. I'm sorry. That's what she was. That's what she was. And Issa versus Mirror Bitch in this episode is about Issa creating a false reality rather than facing the things that are dire and need her attention. So the fact that Mirror Bitch is the one holding accountability and Issa's the one fronting, I think was a very interesting theme. Let's go outside to the old man who's missing the bus. He gave her hell. He gave her hell, okay? To see, one of the things that Issa forgot when she was trying to be a hoe, that the anchor of that was being called a hoe. See, sometimes when we have dreams, we forget that the negatives could pop up. Right? So being called a hoe, she ain't like that. She like being a hoe, but she ain't like being called a hoe. That was nasty. We ain't like that. The one thing about offering to be used is that people will take a mile. Ungrateful, delusional. You offered an inch, and the thing about being used is people will take a mile. Jesus. Listen. Mirror Bitch pops up once again. It's like, don't do that. Don't do it. And Issa goes, no, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. This is a physical recreation of her literally lying to herself. The physical embodiment of that. And at the end of their conversation, while the old man and Issa are driving in the car, he says something very, very important. He says, there's always a sign. Always. And if you guys saw at the beginning of that scene, there was someone literally spinning a sign. Lord, give me a sign. Put a sign in the road, please. Someone's literally giving Issa a sign, and that reads, go your own way. There's always a sign. Even when you ain't asked for it. Even when you ain't looking for it. Even when you ain't know what to even ask. Go your own way. There was a sign for Issa. But she's not listening to Mirror Bitch, and she's not listening to the sign. So let's get into some trouble, okay? And she says something interesting to Mirror Bitch as well in this scene, where she goes, Mirror Bitch is like, it's time to go. He's at his destination, or he's buying stuff, and he's ruining our day. We're going to be late. Let's just leave him. Issa says, absolutely not. I'm not going anywhere. He needs me. I'm going to bring it somewhere. I'm going to bring it somewhere, y'all. Here we go. Issa, what happens when they don't need you? This is a question for all of us. Who are we when we are no longer the narrative we assigned ourselves? When everything was betting on the meaning that we gave to something, and that something no longer exists, who are you then? And it was arrogant, Danielle J. It was arrogant to say. You thought you were so important. You actually didn't know that you may have imposed on his life. It was a nice favor, but sometimes when we think of ourselves and our good intentions, somebody's experiencing those good intentions in a much different way than you thought you was doing. He needs me. I'm helping him. What if you're aggravating him and he's getting all confused on La Brea Boulevard? What happens when they don't need you? Let's flip it, because there's two people here. Can we apply that to Molly? Was it time to go when Issa no longer needed her? If that were Molly's narrative, she needs me. I'm not going anywhere. She needs me. Well, if that narrative is erased and deleted, who is Molly? Is it time for her to go? Who is Molly when she can't be used? Y'all see it. I see y'all making the Molly comparisons. Absolutely. Absolutely. Kimberly says, I literally have no clue who the fuck Molly is. Y'all are rude. Y'all are rude. JC, you can't change your true essence. Your true self is within you at all times. Don't be preaching back at me with those beautiful fucking words. Excuse me, JC. Ooh, Tisha Lane, Curitin. At first, I thought it was primarily Molly was the only one that needs to be needed. But from that part, I can see Issa needs that too. Simi, you being mean? Simi Moonlight. But no one in her life needs her. Oh my God. Not Molly, not Nathan, not Lawrence, not Kelly, not Tiffany. Don't name them out one by one like that, Simi. Just say everybody. You. That's not nice. That's not nice, okay? We are going to move on to the pain and sip. Jeez. Jeez. I had such high hopes for this friend group. Shout out to another immaculate casting. Kyla Pratt makes an appearance. She has been the America's sweetheart post Brandy. She was the princess for black girls growing up. She starred in 101. She starred in all these incredible black films and movies. She was our sister. Kyla Pratt was our sister. And of course, as Kalevna said, she was the incomparable Penny Proud. Iconic. She has had an iconic child career. She shouldn't have been on Black Ink VH1 in any department. Because we're rooting for her ultimate win. So to see her as an adult on Insecure was a perfect, beautiful black ass surprise. We loved it. So Issa meets this new group of friends, and surprise, surprise, they need drink. Issa got wine. Let me offer myself, my services, my things. Let me be used here. I'm offering my help here. And this seems very promising. This was very much a glimmering option to Issa. Is it time to move on? Is it time to form an all-new girl group? Is it time to dead what I know and get to a new place? So this looked really cute. And I really did like this friend group. I thought Kyla's character, Dina, fucking her friend's brother, it could have been a big problem, but it wasn't. Something happened. They laughed about it. They moved on. They're obviously tight. They defend each other. They support each other. Very tight, positive, happy girl group. So this really, I can imagine how good this feels for Issa. There's nothing hanging over her head right now. We get Kelly reaching out one more time. Just another time. Hey, girl. What up? Still at Tiffany's house. The baby down. The house is messy. Kelly's just settling in, you know. And Issa's still ignoring that. Not now. She's calling. I don't want to think about Molly in the situation. Whatever. Want to pay attention to Issa's fashion. Let's very much pay attention to Issa's fashion here. This is a very similar color scheme when she met Condola. And remind me somebody, I'll tweet the colors later if we forgot. But when she had that first meeting with Condola, we talked about her fashions then too. She wore this green turtleneck with these yellow grids, and she was happy and cheerful. And we saw her physically changing herself to try to match where she thought Condola was. So Condola over time proved to be a faulty business partner. Issa proved that she can do it on her own, and she did it successfully. And now that Issa's in a new place, the work is said and done, the goal was hit, Issa's back in this similar pattern. So did she become the person she was trying to be? And does it feel the way she thought it would? Can she live in the elevation of acquiring that goal? How come we can't celebrate this right now? But she's wearing the very similar colors here. This is also a turtleneck, so I'm attentive to enclose, cover up the throat. It's a very high neck piece. And to me, that symbolized blocking her truth. It blocks her voice. It blocks her inner voice. She doesn't defend. She doesn't stand up. She doesn't say. So we have this gridded, locked up clothing piece, and she's covering, right? She's covering something that can, there we go. So I really wanted to stop and pay attention to that. So let's get down to the bar. Bitch, I forgot I had a cocktail. Let's get down to the bar with these new girls. What's up? I see y'all being mean to Molly. I see it. I can see everything y'all say, by the way. So. I loved Dina's proposal from her boyfriend, Brandon, who pretended to have a pill overdose, a drug overdose, so he could be addicted to her for the rest of his life. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. But it's totally her style. This new girl, whoever she is, that was totally in line with what she wanted. Sounded weird to us, but in her relationship, in her truth, it works. And she really, really appreciated that. I would have killed my man for real. Sorry, I would have killed him for real. Don't do that. If you want to have a funeral, let's get it over right now. Because first of all, I need to be controlled. Second of all, I'm capable. You're not gonna scare me and step up on me like that. Don't lay on the ground talking about, can you marry me? You're supposed to be on one knee, not your full back. I don't like that. I didn't like that at all. I'm sorry. And Issa finally has a moment where she has to mentally cultivate and label what she would like to do for a living. And unfortunately, it's from absolutely not Jules. It was borrowed from Hell Nah Jules. And she called herself a cultural curator. I am the plug between the art, the culture, the society, the up and coming, and the public. You want to know what's up and next? It's me. And shout out to me. I started off my entertainment career very much like that. Who are the new artists? Who are the new fashion designers? Who are the new... Thank you, JC, for the Cash Donation. Very kind of you. And I was the one putting y'all on, okay? New York City hitting the ground. Bam. And I thought it was important as someone who's an entrepreneur, as someone who's stepping out into a lane where, especially a lot of creators can attest to this, there's no particular path to take. There's no right way to get to something that you want. You just kind of have to do it and go. So this is why she's having such a hard time explaining what it even is that she does, because, like, no one was doing it. Issa's the guy, okay? Issa is the guy. And I thought it was a moment of pride where she got to be like, and Vince Staples was a part of my shit. To be honest, that brings, let's play the clout game. That brings a certain legitimacy to what you do. You got a mainstream poppin' big artist to come to your first time, you no name having ass girl. You got him to do something of your volition, of your idea. She was adding legitimacy to these strangers who don't know her from a hole in the wall, and I thought that was fire. I thought that was absolutely fire. And if you want to play the clout game, people don't respect you until you're next to a celebrity. Let's keep it 100 funky. She wanted to say something to be like, this is it. This is what I do. It don't matter Bernie's house she got Vince Staples. It don't matter. The fact is, Vince Staples showed up for her event and what she curated, and it wouldn't have happened without her energy behind it and her work behind it. So that she played the game of clout real quick, but I thought it was, I didn't mind it. I thought it just added a level of legitimacy so she can explain to these girls how official what she does is. It's not a hobby. This is something that she's actively pursuing moving forward. But, you know, there are critiques about whether or not in that moment Issa's trying to prove her value to these group of strangers. And is she constantly trying to prove her value to the people that she meets, the situations that she gets herself into? But I'll leave that up to y'all. Let's go to the bathroom. Who got to pee? Who got to pee? Let's go to the bathroom. JJ said she was putting on the Condola mask. Excuse me. Excuse me. Ellie Luna said, first of all, y'all are dragging everybody. I don't even know whose side y'all on. Y'all are dragging absolutely everybody. Man. So, we going to the bathroom, y'all. Issa is still offering herself to be used. I know where to find all the men. Go uptown for this, go left to that, go right to that, go diagonal to that. You got to take 2 stops and jump back, get on the bus and head up. She's telling this girl everything, putting this girl on game, being the plug to where you can find a man. But Issa gets got. Issa got. The part of being used is being used. What they didn't tell you in Be Used school is that somebody is going to use you. I'm a fixer. I'm a healer. I'm a giver. I'm a lover. I am generous with my knowledge and my resources. Generous. And part of that, which I have found, that people will take and rob you and do wrong by you anyway. Don't matter how you love them. Don't matter how you showed up for them. No matter how you supported them. No matter how you gave your last. People will screw you over because that's who they are and because they can. The part of being used is being used. Wasn't in her control. Sucked. And I was rooting for you. We were rooting for you. I've never in my life yelled at a black girl like this. When my mama yells at me like this, but she loves me. So take this and you learn. And you learn. Damn, Ace. Damn, Ace. They got you. Y'all know it. I said, go ahead. Trinity boy, what's good? Y'all know the reference. Y'all know the reference. I'm sorry. So we have this thing where this daydream of her beating these girls' ass on the corner of La Cienega Boulevard. You know, this is like an extension of Mirror Bitch. If Mirror Bitch should jump out the damn mirror right now and fight her battles and be the other side that she can't be. She wanted to bust them girls upside the head, and I feel you, but that's just not who she is. Issa's not a fighter. She can't dance. She's awkward with conversation. Her pussy's just okay. That's just Issa. That's just who she is. Okay? Whew. So Issa's going to go down to the house. Issa's going down to the house. Now, at first, I thought for a second, matter of fact, I don't want to say, who did y'all think she went to go visit? Like when y'all first seen it. Daniel, Nathan or Kelly. I'm sorry, Chittum, her pussy's just okay. She said it herself. Okay, y'all saying Nathan and Lawrence. I thought it was Daniel. Me and LB is by ourselves. I thought it was Daniel. I'm sorry, that door looked very similar to when she moved in and had to sleep on the couch. Y'all saying Lawrence. Y'all wished it was. I wished it was. I feel y'all. I see it. I thought it was Daniel because this show is wild and unpredictable. And I'm going to say something y'all don't like. She uses him. She uses Daniel. When she is at her lowest and feeling the worst, Daniel is who she calls. I don't know why. Baby, I would have used Daniel I would have used. That's neither here nor there. Let's get back to the damn show. But it's her mama. We go home to mama, the woman who wasn't invited to the block party, the woman whose voicemails have gone unanswered and unattended to. She wouldn't even listen to her brother get the words out, call mom back. We have come down back to mama's house. Now, her mama answers the door and she's wearing what? The very same colors, the very same gridded blue, yellow pattern. You can tell this is mama's baby. I'm an extension of this woman here. And I got actually very emotional about this because me and my mom are the same exact color palette. Me and my mom look like a Twix bar. My mom is light skinned. I look like my daddy. I'm my daddy's color. But my mama is cute and lovable and available and just like, not single available, but available to me. Emotionally available to me, not y'all. To me. But looking at Issa's beautiful brown skin and seeing her mama's light skin, I was like, that looks exactly like me and my mom. So I was having a personal, like, triggered moment. I was having a personal, like, emotional relation. And we have this moment where Issa has to realize that we can't idealize our parents. You know, we have this idea that our parents had it all together when they had us. Y'all had a house. Y'all had a car. Y'all paid the bills. Y'all were so young, but y'all had me. And y'all were okay, and the mother was like, no, I wasn't. Raise your hand if you was a mistake. I was, and so was Issa. Y'all don't have to raise your hand. That's a personal question. But I don't mind saying I was a mistake. I wasn't supposed to be born. All Virgos are New Year's babies, and New Year's gets down to the get down. So sometimes we pop out, and sometimes we don't. But I popped out. Oh, yeah, y'all raising your hand. I was a mistake. I'm sorry. My parents did not have it together. Okay, Monica, don't brag. She said I was so planned. Were you? So we see Issa realize that nah, she ain't have it together, but it looked good. When you was a kid looking up at your mama, she made it look good. She made it look doable. And something really special happens here, you guys. Issa is still, whenever she's spoken about her event, whenever people have addressed her event to her, she's been quiet about it. She hid her, how do I want to say this? She swallowed the moment. She kept the moment here. There was no outlandish, no celebration, she didn't live in the moment. Whenever, and this has happened all day, people are like, you should be proud. You should be proud. You should be proud. You okay? And we've never seen her have that moment. She's stuttering, talking about it with her mom. She's swallowing it down. And you know that mama, when she look at you, there's something my baby's not saying. There's a truth that she's hiding. There's an emotion she's swallowing. And there's nothing I could say in this moment. Come give me a hug. Oh my God. The y'all exhale with Issa. And I knew it. I was watching Issa walk up to her mom, and I know when you swallowing that feeling, that emotion that you've been running from all day, and somebody asks you, you on the verge of tears, but you keeping it, and somebody's like, are you okay? Or somebody's just like, come here. And I just with her, I was like, just let it go, Issa, just let it go. And of course, wow. Thank you, Trini boy. Wow. Thank you so much for that cash donation. And she just lets it go and lets it fall on her mom, right? Woo! Uchechi said, let me see what she says. Issa really wants Molly's approval, and that hurt that Molly didn't give it. You know what? I can relate to that. I can very much relate to that. There was a friend where I felt very weak around. I felt like I wanted to stand up like her. I want to be as smart as her. I want to be as vocal as her. I'm constantly swallowing the things that I want to say. I'm constantly hiding my truth. I'm constantly hiding the extent of myself. And there was a situation that I was handling for her, helping her move furniture while she was at work. And these men tried to rip us off. They tried to rip her off. And so I stepped into it. I stepped into the person I wanted to be, and I cursed these men out, and I held the ground, and I protected her things, and I demanded, and I got them shook. And I'm on the phone with my friend like, yo, I did it. I did this. And she didn't even see it. She didn't even see the change that I had made, the very important change to me. She was like, did they give me my money? Give me a second, I'm gonna call them. I'll give you a call back. And hung up. And I was like, she didn't even see it. Chech, that's a beautiful, beautiful point. Who is this approval really for at the end of the day? She got approval from these strangers. It didn't quite fill her up. She got approval from Nathan. Didn't quite fill her up. Lawrence is nowhere to be found. Molly is gone. Who does she really want that approval from? I think that was a beautiful and important, very important point there, Chech. But she lets it go. And this is just her mother being a reflection of Issa's truth. And this is what Issa has been running from all day. Why didn't she invite her mother to the event? What if she failed? What if she succeeded? What would be the truth? And she knows her mother would be the one to be able to give it to her. What would be the truth? So Issa doesn't invite her to that space. I don't even want to deal with it. I don't want to talk about it. She doesn't call her mom back. I'm running from the truth. My mom is going to give me the truth. I am going to not face it. This is delusion day. This is emotion delay today. And her mother talks to her about growing pains. You know, you're always going to have a rough start in a new space, in a new season. It happened to me. And something, I want to pay attention to this very important part here. This is why she's been avoiding her mother this entire time. Issa has held on to the idea that her mother thinks that she's all over the place. And Issa has feared this narrative since she was a kid. Since she overheard her mother speaking about her that she thought was negative, she has feared running into that as her truth. That she's all over the place. She doesn't know what she wants to do. She has no idea what's going on. And the gag was, her mother didn't even say that. Her mother didn't mean it. Her mother didn't say it. And Issa has had the wrong narrative this entire time. Had you communicated what Issa refuses, Issa's on the path of avoidance. Had you just communicated, you would have learned from the beginning that your mother thought you were phenomenal because you had your hands in so many things. Not that you were a lack. So let me bring y'all somewhere. I'm going to ask y'all a question because here we go. Let me ask y'all a question. What if Issa would have lived her whole life in the mindset of, I inspire my mother, instead of the one she adopted, I disappointed my mother? What if you had a different narrative this entire time? Issa is here because she has something to prove about her value, about herself. Thank you, Leonard, for that cash donation. That was very kind. Since season 1, episode 1, Issa has been on the path to discover her full potential. And she has always felt innately, emotionally, that she falls short. She would never be valuable enough. She will never be good enough for the situations, the kind of situations that she wanted. She's been running with this narrative that she's a disappointment to her mother. You got your hand in too many things. You don't know what you want. Versus the truth, you inspire me. I see y'all talking to Chech. Hold on. Chech, I don't want to miss your comment, girl. Uchechi says, that's the job of the parent to affirm their child, not have their child seek it. My daddy filled me up with so much self-pride. He don't even understand the times that I feel bad about myself. He doesn't even understand why I be feeling down about myself. I didn't raise you like that. You're a leader. You're smart. You're funny. You're beautiful. You can do anything. You're powerful. I don't know who I'd be if I thought I disappointed my daddy this entire time. I'm only here because of the words he spoke to me from day 1. Who would Issa D be in this current reality had she flipped that narrative? She had a different narrative the entire time. Baby. Whoo. So, again, there's a mention of twins. You know, Issa's mom's husband's twins. And there's been this theme of 2 and twins that we've seen throughout this entire season. And I think what that points to is that there's always 2 sides to a story. 3, including the truth. But there's always 2 sides to a story. And we're seeing this very heavy-handedly between Issa and Molly. Issa feels very strong in her perspective, and Molly feels very strong in her perspective. Can the 2 sides, Issa and Mirabitch, can the 2 sides, Issa and her mama, can the 2 sides, Issa and Lawrence, can the 2 sides come together? We almost done. Let me bring it home. I'm going to bring it home to you guys because you know we got that one more scene. We got one more scene. Excuse me. We got 2 more scenes. Okay? We found now that Issa has been guided to see the truth in her reflection through her mother. She's been guided to see the honesty of herself through her mother's image, not Mirabitch, through her mother's image. We now get to face the second truth that has been calling on her all day. We speak to Kelly, who's been trying to hold this woman accountable in the communication that needs to happen, that at least Kelly feels needs to happen. We're not running anymore. Issa is facing these problems. Issa is absolutely facing these problems. And as Kelly is a neutral party, you got energy for that with Molly? Yeah, absolutely. Y'all gonna have to talk. And Kelly represents a beacon of hope that there might be a sunny side over this hill. But we won't know until we climb it. We're not going to know until we work our way to get over it. Y'all are in the mud. Y'all are in, the canyons right now. But if you just work to get up over that mountain, there might be a sunny side on the side of it. I can testify as someone who is friends with Tiffany, who's taking care of her baby when she can't. Okay? This is hope. Kelly has hope for this may work out. But again, the last question is, if you don't call and if she don't call, will y'all ever speak again? Let me tell y'all, the question wasn't answered at the end of the show. It was answered in this season. It was answered in this scene right here, actually. Issa returns home. This episode is very full circle moment. When Issa woke up and she's clouded and spiraling with her and Molly mess, and she decides in self-care study, the first thing I'm going to do is clean up house. I'm going to clean up. After she spends the day avoiding the truth. Thank you, Sammy, for the cash donation. And she runs into the truth with her mom and Kelly. Now it's time to come home. Come home and come settle with who you are. That's where she finds her peace. That's where she found her joy. That's where she can exhale. She's been holding that in all day. She's been running from it all day. She's been not breathing all day. But she comes home. A clean house that she made. Only her. No guests. No visitors. The joy and the peace followed in. And it's so funny, okay? The joy came when the sun set. Huh? The joy came when the sun set. It took nighttime for her to be awakened and be like, this is all I needed. This was everything that I needed. And now she hears the positive comments that they left her this morning. And now she can feel the pride. And now she can stop and say, this is who I am. This is who I'm stepping into. This is my season. This is my home. I am now home. And now we're going to move forward. Now she can hear everybody praising her and how fly that event was. Okay? And what perfect way, what perfect way to pay homage to the new person that she is to remix her old self. It ain't we got y'all no more, it's I got you. Not we, not racist, not all kilter, not a bad boss, not dumbass co-workers, Issa and Issa D alone. I got you. The cultural curator herself. God damn. There's something about when you go home, the home that you made. It took her forever to get that apartment. It took her forever to build that event. It took her forever to get to know herself. It took her forever to face the truth of her day. But she came home. And that's where she was the entire time. The thing you was looking for was your home the entire time. Woo! Y'all remember in the morning, one of the first things she did was throw out that rotten food. So now it's time to replace, renew, replenish. Let me go get some new food. I ain't got no food in my fridge. We threw out that rotten food in the morning. The sun has set. It's a new day. Let's go. We are going to get more food. And shout out to that Ethiopian restaurant. I knew it as soon as I saw it. Season 1, episode 1, we meet Issa and Molly's friendship for the first time. We go back to who we used to be. And what was the answer? Will y'all ever speak again? What was the answer? Not today. Issa has chosen a different path. She's literally at a fork in the road. Literally at a fork in the road. Do I go back to who I used to be, the things I used to know? Or do I make a different decision? And we saw her get back in that car and peel off. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Insecure Season 4, Episode 6, Dissection. I am JustLatasha. Let me get into your comments because I synced you. I synced you. My battery's about to die on this one. Let me switch computers. I seen Chech going in. I seen Chech going in. Was that the coat that Issa was wearing in that last scene? Was that the one from Broken Pussy? Was that the one? I seen you the long, long, long times ago days. Because you used these for your butt. Back in the old house. I seen you. All right, I'm gonna stop. That's me. I'm not gonna tease that little boy. I love him so much, whoever he is. We've seen, yep, I see y'all talking about Molly's next episode. She's going in on her, she's going in herself. Okay? Adora. Wow, I didn't think about it that way, but I honestly thought when she said I got you that she was either going to get together with Lawrence and create an app that supports these block party events. Adora, you might write the show. Adora, is you writing the show? The Woot Woot versus the block party, a collab? Wait a minute. Danielle said Molly was there chilling, not even giving Issa a thought. Oh my God. JC's gonna boycott Molly's episode. Could y'all not? What is wrong with y'all? Thank you, Mara. The coat that Issa was wearing in the last scene was from the picnic. Not that. I knew I saw it before, but I just wanted to like remember what it was. Y'all know everything. Y'all really do. When I be missing my little details, y'all be like, actually it was, and I appreciate it. Whoo. Kimberly said when she saw Molly in that restaurant, I would be so bothered by having someone else's presence hinder me from doing stuff that I want to do. I like my environments clean. Okay? Semi Moonlight also loved that she had a real self-care Sunday without Molly in this episode. Sometimes it's needed. Sometimes it's needed. Woo, woo, woo. Chachi says something, but I can't find your thing, Chach. Resend that. Jay Ellis, Amber Pace reminds us that Jay Ellis is directing next week's episode, which is very exciting. Thank you, Ellie, for the cash donation. I'm going to be so sad when the season ends. We need more of this. I need to figure out what other show I'm going to go in on because the TV girls aren't doing it. The TV girls are just not doing it, and that's T on T. Chet, I think I missed your comment. Bernice S. How long has Molly been in a relationship? She is already meeting and going on vacation with Andrew's family. Been a few months. Been a few months, to be honest. I can't sing that song. Cannot sing that song. Sorry about that. Delete. D Dame says Molly accepted the role as responsible friend until Issa started being responsible. That's right, y'all. 4 episodes left. I do have other TV reviews and dissections. There is a playlist on my channel that you guys can watch. I did Black Mirror, Striking Vipers, which was very, very, very popular. I did Hereditary, not as popular, but in depth. If you just want to know about the directorial eye, screenwriting, just breaking down what had happened between the family and the degrees of horror that's used. The Hereditary is a great breakdown. And I've done other shows. I've done like the Black Netflix movies and stuff like that. There's a playlist if you guys want more than the Insecure breakdown. I've been at this. I've been doing this for a minute. Okay, I would love to do Euphoria, but Euphoria is on standstill. You know, COVID got us in a chokehold. But let me read one more. I think I missed Chechi. She might have to do the other Insecure review. Amber Pace, I did review Uncorked, but that was a Patreon exclusive video. So if you want to see that, you do have to become a patron to see that review. Monica says, Condola saw Issa as competent. Molly did not. Who would you choose? Choose between what? Choose between Condola and Molly? I don't know. Condola couldn't handle her thing. Condola couldn't handle her business. Lawrence is coming back by the time the season is over. I'm sorry. I know y'all hate it. I know y'all don't want to see it. Sorry, Chech. Oh, wait. Chechi says the reason Molly seemed unbothered is because she's replaced Issa. Hold up. Molly seems unbothered because she's replaced Issa. Molly doesn't realize she's doing it, but it's evident in her ability to communicate with Andrew and not Issa. We love to give into the distractions. We love to give into the distractions when we hurt and running. And we watched Issa do it all day. Will Molly have that self-realization? She has to smack dab to that truth by the end of her episode next week. We will have to tune in and see. On that note, I want to thank you guys for being here. We did it. Another Insecure Season 4 dissection episode. We are coming down to the finale. I am going to figure out what to do. I do want to do something special for the very last episode. But until then, I am on your social media at JustLatasha on Instagram, JustLatasha404 on Twitter. I do talk a little more about the series and other things on those platforms, so make sure you follow me to see that. Also follow my sketch comedy series page, JustLatasha's Interactions. As soon as all this is over, I'm going into production for a comedy series that I wrote, I will be producing, and I'm starring in, so follow the pages for that. We are on Seed and Spark at Interactions, and we're on Instagram and Twitter at Interactions, INNR Actions. Thank you, Shy. Thank you, Laura, for putting in the links in the chat box. Thank you so much. And y'all know how we do. We're here every Monday at 6 live dissecting Insecure. On Thursdays, I am always live as well for the 8 p.m. show. I talk about a week's one hot topic. We just go into one, very short, very sweet, but poignant. And if you're a Patreon, you do get an extra stream on Sundays for the Boozy Brunch Sundays. So if you're not a patron, be one now. Consider being one now so we can talk for a full hour about a multitude of the week's hot topics. Last Sunday, we talked about Tiana Taylor's music career. We talked about Boozy Badass and his failure for black male masculinity. And we discussed further the breakdown of Issa and Molly's friendship because they say two wrongs don't make it right. Don't make it right. I don't have to fight. I don't want a man. I am up all night. Name that song. Up all night. So baby, won't you leave? Baby, I'll just stay. Promise me you won't do the same. And I'ma love you like I love you. Touch me like you never trust me. I'll show you, baby, that I... Yes! Simbi guessed it. Two wrongs. Yes, the other F word, City High. Y'all know y'all shit. I like that. Y'all know y'all shit. Come on, LB, with the Y clef and the Claudette. Y'all know. Y'all know. Thank you, guys. Signing out right now. Follow me on social media. I'll see you guys there in the DMs and the chats and the tweets and all of that. Love you. Thank you.